So these nails took 8 hours to create. So for me to show each individual nail is just, it'd be very long. So I'm going to be showing you on one nail and then you'll get the idea. I've shown a lot of embellishing videos so you can kind of figure that part out. I'm taking a Kiss Gel nail polish in Late Blush. I don't know why it says gel. I highly doubt that it's gel, but I'll try to cure it to see if it actually dries as gel. So it dried in about 3 minutes under my UV lamp with the fan. So maybe this is somewhat of a gel formula. So for the gradient glitter nail, we are going to be using the pink, purple, and the carnelian color for the tip. Anytime you're going to be dusting your nails with glitter, you want a base that matches the overall colors that you're going to be using. Now that the nail is completely dry, you're going to be placing a very generous coat of clear. You will not be using top coat. You can place a dish underneath to catch any of the glitter fallout. Once you have an even coat of glitter, you're going to run your fingers over it so you can hard pack it. And then you're going to place a generous top coat. Make sure the top coat is not fast drying. Now let it dry 100%. Okay guys, so a little lesson on incorporating gel with regular nail polish. Although this says gel, I treat it as regular nail polish because most of my nail polishes are regular nail polish. And then I used a top coat of clear, which is not gel at all. Now, the reason why you have to let the nail dry 100% is because if you don't and you seal it with gel, what happens is when you put it in your UV or LED light, it will shrink. It'll like shrink wrap it. So if it's wet, the nail polish is wet underneath, you're going to have grooves in it because it'll just shrink it. And then you'll have wrinkles and it'll just look textured and you don't want that. So if you let the nail polish dry 100% and then you put your gels on top, then that will work a lot better and it will preserve your color for a lot longer. Now, I like to coat the nail after I have sealed it with first nail polish. I don't just go straight away with the gel over it. I like to put the polish on top, seal it in, especially when I'm using glitters, let it dry 100% and then put the gummy jelly on top, put the shiny on top of that, and then just let the gemstones dry. Because what happens is they're enveloped and encased. So even if I'm not running this over the gemstones, it's creating a grip from underneath so that the stones don't fall out. And then you preserve the shiny aspect of the stones as well. So always keep in mind to brush your shiny over any part that's silver or gold because you don't want this part to tarnish. And then if things get caught in your hair, you could always run the Shine E over those edges and it'll smooth it out for you so you won't have any problems with it getting caught in your hair. I don't really like brushing any kind of gel over rhinestones unless they're really getting caught in places because I like to have the gemstones be very sparkly. However, this still keeps them sparkly, but I just prefer it without. There's nothing like just a bare rhinestone. Also, if you guys don't let the nail polish, regular nail polish dry and you cover it with gel, what happens is it stays moist underneath and then it stays sticky and kind of goopy. And the nail will never really truly, or the polish will never truly harden. And you don't want that problem. So on top of it having grooves and texture, it's going to also be mushy and you want to avoid that altogether. Now this is what the nail looks like with the first coat of clear and that is fully dry. You're going to be applying a second coat. So what you want to do is, since these are ballerina style, they taper at the front and then they have this curvature on top and they are very narrow. So you're going to focus on the widest part of the nail and that's where you're going to put most of the embellishments. So I put a flower and then a larger embellishment and then I did a row of rhinestones and then I layered wherever I saw divots I layered gemstones so that it gives it more of a 3D effect. And when I design nails, you could see here that these are facing each other. So the outside flower corresponds to the outside flower on this nail. I kind of like to look at it as a mirror effect. So that's what I do with the nails, but you can also design them however you'd like. These here have the pattern, painted pattern, glitter, and some nail transfers, both on each side. And I love the way that that looks with the 3-tier rhinestone embellishments. And then I have the ring finger. Now, I love to do accent nails. In this case, they're all pretty much accent nails, but this one is rather elaborate. So what I did for this one was I laid down the color foundation and I put glitter. You could see the carnelian glitter peeking through. And I feel that the under gallery, meaning the nail polish, is as important as the 3D you put on top. So I put red rhinestones, which you can kind of see here. They're about 9SS. Then I covered it with a crystal AB on the outside part. And I laid a large embellishment here. And it's somewhat shaped like a cross. So in every divot, I deposited these little gemstones and they fit perfectly. And I used my gummy jelly to adhere them, and then I layer it with Shine E. So I put gummy jelly over the gummy jelly, I put the Shine E, and then I put the stones. Then you go ahead and you cure it. So then I put a little rhinestone here, and you could see how the main focal point is the bottom part of the nail, since that's the widest point, and then it tapers off. So I kept the shape pretty much intact. And then you see here, there's color on the base of the pinky, and it is a charm that's pointing upward. And since it's such a narrow nail, I thought that looked rather beautiful. So now we're going to move on to the middle fingers. Okay, so this glitter nail is dry. I put 2 top coats of clear. Now I'm going to be layering the gummy jelly and the Shine E over the nail. Wipe off any excess drip. Go ahead and cure that. If you use an LED light, it takes the shorter time to cure. I use a UV light and it takes a bit longer, so I let it cure for about 2 to 3 minutes. LED is usually a minute or even less. So this is a fully cured nail, and you can see how sparkly it is with the glitter. And this glitter isn't even iridescent, but it still sparkles and it looks so beautiful. And it almost has that glass finish. And you'll know if it's not properly dry, if it's tacky or sticky. And this is a no wipe gel, so I really love that. You always want 2 layers of gel top coat when you use glitters. I'm going to put more gummy jelly and then a layer of Shiny right over that gummy jelly, and we're going to be adhering the stones for the 3D, which consists of jump rings and some rhinestones. This nail is fully cured. You can see how sparkly that is. I'm going to run the Shine E over the brass jump rings to protect it from tarnishing. You just need a very little amount, avoiding the stone. So I wanted to show you guys another accent nail that I made, and this was just a white base. I added some chrome underneath to make it somewhat shiny, and then I added embellishments. So what I did with this one is I encapsulated it with the gummy jelly first, a thin layer, and then I covered it with the Shine E, and I put extra gummy jelly in the areas where I was going to put rhinestones. So this is a very large rhinestone, and then I put 2 side by side here and gathered them together, and then I put this size and it tapers to a small one, and then I surrounded the big rhinestones with these little ones. So yeah, that's just another idea. I did want a white nail, so that's why I designed that one as well. So this is the finished look. I hope that you loved the video. If so, please make sure you give it a big thumbs up or pop a comment below. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.